Finally, I can get back to supervising the cable cars. I thought I'd spend the rest of my life in those mines. Ah, it's you, the liberators of the underworld. You're the first passengers we've had since being sealed off. It'll be my honor to get you to the surface in one piece. Relax, relax. In all my 20 years on the job, there were only ever, anyway, none of them were serious. So, ready to climb aboard? Brothers, sisters, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, gather round. The cable car passenger service is about to restart.
Whoa! Look at the big blue ceiling!
That's not a ceiling, Hook. That's the sky.
So this is the overworld? The air here smells different.
Less rust and geomarrow particles floating around. Take a deep breath, children. This is what freedom tastes like. I never thought I'd live to see the administrative district again. All those years. We've been through a lot, Natasha.
You're right, Oleg. It's funny. The moment I boarded the cable car, my mind was filled with everything I wanted to do on the surface. But now, I just want to sit down, zone out, and watch the people coming and going. And let the day just pass me by.
Enjoy the peace and quiet, Natasha. We earned it.
It's Japard! Is he here to meet us?
He's still on duty. He must have recovered quickly.
Let's go say hi!
Sasha. My Sasha, is that you?
Dad! By the Ember Lord, I thought I was never going to see you again.
Praise the preservation, my child. Praise their leniency. And who's this little one?
Here, Barry. Say hello to Grandpa.
Hello, Grandpa.
My grandson. Is this my grandson?
Sorry, Dad. I wanted to introduce you to my husband too, but he can't get away from the publisher today.
That's okay, my child. We've got all of the time in the... Did you say publisher?
Welcome back to the Administrative District, Trailblazers.
Trailblazers. First time anyone's called us that on this planet.
The architects think it's only right that we should address you properly. Outsiders is hardly fitting anymore. Please allow me to apologize again for what happened in the restricted zone. You were only trying to help. I should have trusted Serval's judgment. Thanks for understanding. Lady Bronya's inaugural address will begin soon. She asked me to pass on her invitation to you.
Huh? That's sooner than I expected. Is she well enough to...
Not really. But Lady Bronya insisted on delivering the speech as soon as possible. She wants the people to understand what happened. The address will be held at Everwinter Monument. I hope the three of you can find time to attend.
Excuse me. Are you Captain Oleg?
What? I didn't think anyone would still remember my name after all this time.
Of course we remember. Every young guard knows about your courageous exploits.
Oh? Which ones might they be? The time I finished off that rampaging prowler with just 3 bullets? Or when I defended the outpost from monsters for 6 days straight without food or water?
I haven't heard of either of them, actually. But I'd love to hear all about them.
Sure. In which case, I'll cut my walk short and tell you all the grisly details.
I don't know if you've ever had that feeling. When you stop and look back on the things you've done, and wonder at all the obstacles you've overcome, the strength you've displayed. And then you start to doubt yourself, and wonder if you've lost that drive. If everything were to happen again, would you still stand strong? You do? Oh, good. Oh, I mean, it's good to know someone in this world feels the same way as me. I haven't been able to sit back once over the past 10 years. A moment's negligence could have brought wildfire crashing down, and the underworld would have been beyond saving. Staying vigilant wasn't the issue. It was the not knowing whether I'd ever be able to let my guard down again. No matter what anyone says, I believe your arrival was the reward for my long vigil. Thank you, Trailblazer.
think that's a monster. Mr. Svarog's database has information about it. It's called... I can't remember.
Don't worry about the name. The important thing is I saw what it can do. It has a huge appetite and swallows people whole. And it just so happens to be the mole's next target. We'll defeat the iron monster and save the people in its tummy.
I don't think that's how it works.
Gathering over there. Is the address starting soon?
Looks like it. Bronya hasn't arrived yet, though. Let's find somewhere to wait.
You know what I mean.
Guards, formation!
Whoa, this must be it!
Citizens of Belobog, I kindly ask for your attention. Lady Bronya Rand's inaugural address will begin shortly. Please remain orderly.
People of Belobog, hear me! Today we gather here to celebrate our victory, but it was a sacrifice made by a mighty guardian that delivered us this opportunity. She dispelled an evil that cost us 700 years of suffering, and in the process, she paid the ultimate price. The sacrifice of Cocolia Rand ushers in a new chapter. The blizzard beyond the walls will die away, and the offensives of our Silvermane guards will begin to contain the Fragmentum's advance. In the far north, I witnessed with my own eyes the struggle between the late Supreme Guardian and the evil power that sought to destroy us. In her last moments, the Supreme Guardian told me her greatest regret. The order to seal off the underworld from the overworld. With the passage of time, she gradually came to realize the consequences of that decision. Although tortured with guilt, she could not undo the damage. In her final moments, she wanted us to mark the Stellaron's end by reuniting Belobog. Overworlders and Underworlders must embrace the dawn of a new age. Together. People of the Underworld, I dare not ask for your forgiveness. I now know the reality of your decade of suffering. But I want us to work together. We know that without your perseverance and hard work, Belobog will not recover its former glory. And the seed of civilization will not be preserved. And on that note, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to a few guests of the city. Most of you were not aware of their arrival. But it is thanks to them that our world now flourishes with hope. They made me realize that while we remain focused on preserving the ground beneath our feet, we should not forget to look up into the sky. I firmly believe that with the determination of everyone, our world, the world the Trailblazers call Yarilo 6, will no longer be alone among the stars. But before we accomplish that goal, I humbly ask you to follow me into the future. I, Bronya Rand, the 19th Guardian of Belobog, hereby take my oath.
Lady Bronya! Lady Bronya! Long live Belobog! Bronya, we're back!
March, Don Hung, and you. It's wonderful you made it to the address. Sorry, I know the invitation was very last minute, but I needed to get the news out as soon as possible. The longer people waited, the more rumors started to swirl. The situation risked spinning out of control. Yes, I'm fine now, don't worry. My mother... she tried to force the voice of the Stellaron into my head. It was a terrible feeling. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't shown up.
That was some speech, Bronya. If I had to talk like that in front of a huge crowd, I'd be shaking head to toe.
It was all just a bunch of palatable lies. I hope you never have a similar experience, March. I prefer to be honest with the people, but I also want to preserve their hope.
Don Hung, wanna talk about Mr. Yang's findings?
Allow me to explain.
Which means the fragmentum has already taken root by this point. Even though the Stellaron is sealed, we won't be able to reverse the damage immediately. No need for apologies. You've gone out of your way to save this world. You nearly lost your life. I have no right to ask for more. Besides, I agree with Mr. Yang. Ultimately, the fate of Belobog is in the hands of its own people. In that case, as a leader, I must give you a promise of the same weight. We will hold out with everything we have until the day you Trailblazers return. Even if it takes another 700 years, the children of Yarilo 6 will look up to the sky with hope in their hearts. So long, my friends. May the preservation bless your journey.
Congrats! That was one heck of a first trailblazing expedition.
Worth celebrating, I'd say. 2.5?
What? That run of the mill, huh?
My scoring criteria are different from yours.
Anyway, we should be asking you. Any thoughts you want to share? Equally equally unforgettable, I'm sure. Anyway, don't worry about the future. Live in the moment. Let's go for one more round in the administrative district. I want to take more photos.
If you walk with your head down and your heart full of fear, your steps will grow heavier and your spirit will suffer. But if you find something to look up to and move forward with hope, then your steps will grow lighter. And if you should fall, you'll be on your feet before you know it. Thank you for teaching me this, Trailblazers.
Said she's willing to wait 700 years for us. Huh. Don Hung, how long can humans live for?
Forever. But in that scenario, they can't be considered human anymore.
Yikes, so serious. I was just curious. Monument. Photo time! Oh, Payla and Hook are here too. Let's make sure we get them in the background. But it's warm here. Aren't you overworlders worried it'll melt?
Not at all. It may look like ice, but it's actually a monument carved out of geomeral crystal.
Ah, geomarrow! It's a shame Daddy isn't here. You'd find a buyer for it and sell it for big bucks.
How do I explain? This particular piece of geomarrow is definitely not for sale.
A photo? What's that? Hook wants to see it!
I must remind you that taking photos of others without gaining their permission violates Belobog Public Security Ordinance number... Wait, that's a nice picture! And it's crystal clear.
like it? It's yours. A farewell gift from us. Okay, where to next? Oh, we haven't seen Serval since we got back. Let's head to the workshop.
You know what I mean.
Who's there? Didn't your parents tell you to knock before? It's you three! Come on in! I was just talking to Clara about you.
How have you been, big brother? Miss Serval's workshop is amazing. There are all kinds of things. I like it here a lot.
Miss Serval? Clara is such a well-mannered kid. Meanwhile, the architect's children are still calling me auntie and making me feel old.
Hey, that's not your line. We're here to take a photo, remember?
Photo? This feels like one of my fan meetups. Anyway, for you guys, I do autographs for free.
Photo. Oh, I remember. When I was little, Mr. Svarog took a photo for me.
Over here, Clara. Want to learn some cool poses? Pretty great. I wish the photographers at my shows had your skills.
Huh? Am I really that short? I thought...
Don't worry. If you eat like Don Hung, you'll be as tall as him one day.
I'll let that slip.
Here, keep it. A little farewell gift from the Astral Express.
Huh? You're leaving so soon? I understand. Well, this photo will always be close to my heart. I'll make a copy for you too, Clara.
Thanks, Mr. Vol. Big brother, March, Danhung. Thanks for taking care of me. Safe travels. If you have time, please come back and visit me and Mr. Svarog.
That's enough sightseeing and photo taking to last me a while. Time to head back to the Goethe Hotel for a good night's sleep.
We can sleep when we're back on the Express.
Not so fast. Last time we were here, that evil Madam Guardian interrupted us before we'd gotten the most out of our luxury suites. Don't you think we should make up for it? Come on. Himeko and Mr. Yang are grown-ups. I'm sure they'll cope without us for one night. Besides, don't you want to chit-chat with the locals now that Belobog is full of life again? I know I do.
So, this friend of mine...
been more than a decade. I'm so glad to see you in the hotel lobby again, Mr. Goethe.
Unbelievable. Feels like it was just yesterday that I was showing you around the hotel all those years ago. I'm too old to remember a lot of things, but that day, I remember clearly as ever.
Since the passage between the overworld and underworld has opened up again, it's about time we shared some tips with each other. Hotel manager to hotel manager.
Of course, of course. I was worried before that after losing customers from the overworld, you would go out of business, but your establishment is still alive and well, all thanks to your superb management.
You flatter me, Goethe. My hotel is getting refurbished. I'll be sure to invite you to visit again when the work is all done.
At the end of your journey, all that perplexes you and troubles you will resolve.
Oh, it was a close thing, all right. Good thing it dawned on me. Hey, Sampo doesn't have to be a protagonist, right? The likes of us are better suited to, shadowy comic relief, eh? Turns out the Astral Express crew is more fun than I expected. You liked it? Really? Told you so. No! I'm in no hurry to leave. What? Oh, Epsilon? What fun can you get out of a giant Vanity Fair like that? True happiness always entails the manifestation of the dignity of mankind. Now, that's a quote I live by. Well, bye for now. Send my regards to the guys and girls in the tavern. Oh, and don't forget to say that Sampo Kasky will catch them for the next one. Time to make my curtain call. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate my performance. I wonder, did I bring a little more joy into your lives? You don't have to answer that, but if the answer is no, then you'll break my heart.
We should be getting back to the Express. Time to find March and Donhung.
Morning! How did you sleep? I'm full of energy myself. Copycat-itis still has no cure, I see.
Did you get Himiko's message? It's time to go. The conductor will nag us again if we put the express behind schedule.
Yeah. Well, pack your souvenirs and stuff. Back home we go.
Come around and have a look.
Miss Serval is cool, strong, and carefree. I want to be like her when I grow up so I can protect everyone. And protect Mr. Svarog.
I received Branya's message before the inauguration ceremony. She told me everything that happened north of Belobog, about Stellaron and Cocolia's sacrifice. But... honestly, I feel that girl is hiding something from me. I knew Cocolia well, and she was never one to suddenly change her mind. Don't worry, I won't dig too deep. I know Branya must have thought long and hard before deciding what to make public. I just feel a bit empty now that we've lost the Stellaron. I spent a long time pursuing it, after all. As for Cocolia, the best side of her will live on in people's memory. It's not all bad.
Miss Serval is cool, strong, and carefree. I want to be like her when I grow up so I can protect...
You know what I mean.
How do I know which ones to pick?
If you walk with your head down and your heart full of fear, your steps will grow heavier and your spirit will suffer. But if you find... Thank you for teaching me this.
The inauguration ceremony went very smoothly. I didn't expect so many Underworlders to come and listen to the address. Everyone seemed supportive, too. Seems like Branya made a pretty good impression on them. And possibly, may always think ahead. If those two approve of Branya, then everyone following Wildfire won't question her either. Of course I was! I was just hidden in the crowd. I'm glad you didn't notice me. Means I'm doing something right. I want to protect Branya in my own way. She wanted me to stand next to her, but I'm glad I stuck to my guns. Besides, I'm not sure I could handle that many people staring at me. No doubt. I figured that out back in the Underworld. Leave? So soon? I thought you'd stay for a few more days, at least until everything had calmed down. Oh, I get it. People are waiting for you to go back so you can keep traveling, right? Shame. I thought we'd have more time to discuss all the crazy things you guys like to talk about. Looks like that'll have to wait till next time. And before you say anything, there will be a next time. I know we'll meet again.
Here we are at last. It's sad to say goodbye.
Nothing lasts forever. You'll stop feeling sad the moment you set foot on the Express.
Hey, I'm not that heartless, you know.
Priorities? What do you mean? Are you saying rebuilding the underworld isn't one of your priorities?
Of course not. I'm just saying we have limited assets and we need new parameters.
Assets, parameters. You sure love your fancy words. Forget it. Leave it to me. I'll go down myself.
Come on, Seela. I won't leave you to—
Look, Branya! There'll be plenty of difficulties waiting for them, right?
Yes. Their future is filled with even more uncertainty than ours. But we will prevail here, even if it means arguments like this go on forever.
They won't go on forever if I win them.
Welcome home, you three.
Himeko, Mr. Yang! Team Trailblaze back from duty. Mission 1 accomplished.
Although Welt and I didn't get the chance to go with you, I can tell you worked hard to bring things back to normal. Well done, everybody. And especially you. I heard a lot of good things about you. I'd say it's a solid 5 stars.
Get some rest on the Express. Eurilo 6 was not an easy ride. Pom-Pom is of the opinion that we should leave as soon as possible to avoid potential resurgences of the anomalies we experienced earlier. Himeko and I agree.
Which means we need to decide where our next destination is, soon.
That's right.
That's the path of the Nameless, I presume. Always on the road, always trailblazing. I'm not complaining, by the way. One adventure after another, that's exactly what I signed up for.
Looks like March has fallen in love with the way of the Nameless. That's good to hear. You can head back to your rooms for some rest, or stay here and make yourselves a cup of coffee, whichever you like.
I'll head back to my room then.
There I was thinking this guy would gradually open up.
We need to give him some time, March. I think he treasures the time spent with you guys. About your battle against the Supreme Guardian and the whole Stellaron situation, you must have a lot of unanswered questions, I suppose. While you were away, Welt and I did some research and came to some interesting conclusions. Let me know if you want to ask about anything.
Home sweet home. Mr. Yang and Himeko must be bored given how long our train had to stay here. Where's our next stop? I can't wait!
Welcome to the Interastral Peace broadcast. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
As Klapoth the Preservation's giant hammer slowly descends, its strike echoes among the stars with a deafening clamor.
The Intelligentsia Guild's Astral Ecology School has declared the official end of 2157 AE and the start of 2158 AE.
In this new era, the Interastral Peace Corporation will continue to wholeheartedly support the peaceful coexistence and commercial prosperity of all residents in the galaxy.
The IPC will remain true to its sole creed upon which it was founded, to dedicate everything to the Amber Lord.
Let's take a moment to look back at some of the biggest happenings in 2157 AE.
The mysterious phenomenon known as Stellaron corrosion continues to propagate. Stellarons have blocked travel between civilizations since 2147 AE, and they shattered the union of the worlds that were once united under the path of the Amber Lord.
For the entirety of the past 10 Amber eras, the Interastral Peace Corporation has never given up on our hope of reconnecting the worlds.
With the Intelligentsia Guild's ardent support, we have begun developing technologies to bypass Stellaron corrosion. Experiments conducted across 113 galaxies have shown promising results. The galaxy is vast, yet we are not alone. The Astral Express, once piloted by the fallen Eon Akavili the Trailblaze, has embarked on its journey once again.
These young Nameless claim to have inherited the will of Akavili and will re-establish the access routes between the stars, recreating the first prosperity from 990 Amber eras ago.
On behalf of the Interastral Peace Corporation, we wish the best of luck to the Trailblazers of the Astral Express.
While the residents of the galaxy are plagued by the Stellarons, a new evil organization called the Stellaron Hunters has been stirring up trouble.
As we previously discussed on our program, the Stellaron Hunters illegally gained access to planet Screwlum, which is under the purview of the Genius Society, and clashed with the head of the planet Screwlum.
Our latest reports suggest that the criminal group has recently been spotted on the Cienjo Lafu. The IPC's Special Commissioner to the Alliance has contacted General Jing Yuan of the Lafu to verify this information. We have yet to receive a response.
The Stellaron Hunters have committed many significant crimes. Any one of their members has the power to destroy a planet, and it remains uncertain which Eon the group is loyal to. They are classified as extremely dangerous terrorists.
If you encounter anyone suspected of being a Stellaron Hunter, please contact the IPC immediately, and do not act on your own. Anyone who provides useful information will be substantially rewarded.
Meanwhile, many factions have received an invitation to Penacony, the planet of festivities. This is the first time that the family in Penacony has openly sent formal invitations to all galactic factions.
The Interastral Peace Corporation is among the factions invited. The head of the Strategic Investment Department, Diamond, has stated that we will carefully examine the purpose behind this gesture and respond to it in a positive and friendly manner.
We look forward to having all galactic factions join together to protect our homelands and defend against the invasion of evil forces.
The Lord Ravager, Zephyro, was spotted at the Tianua Galaxy. According to the morning actors, that galaxy has been completely destroyed.
The Antimatter Legion is ravaging through the galaxy and has caused countless calamities. The IPC would like to remind everyone to remember the significance of the preservation.
Any planet with a telepathy beacon can obtain from the IPC free copies of the Interastral Peace Guide, written by the architects. At the beginning of 2158 AE, the Interastral Peace Corporation would like to proudly announce that the famous scientist, Madame Herta of the Genius Society, has officially committed to a long-term alliance and cooperative relationship with the IPC.
Madame Herta is the third genius of the Erudition to partner with the IPC, after member number 22, Aiden, and member number 56, Elias Salas. The corporation stands united with Madame Herta to protect the Amber Lord's universe.
And this is the end of our broadcast. Please tune in for our next episode. Thank you for listening.
Goodbye.
Oh, this must be ancient. Is the Express crew still using it? Indeed it has. Phonographs. They use vinyl records, right? There's only a handful of folks on the space station who collect those things. I think they're more popular with the older crowd. I bet Gunn would know how to use them. Still, if I remember correctly, Gunn only listens to audio tapes. Same as you guys, on terminals. Huh. What with them being so big and heavy, I used to wonder why anyone would ever buy a phonograph. Think I'm starting to get it now. It's hard to find the music you want on the streaming platforms managed by the IPC. Well, I, for one, had to subscribe to at least a dozen of them. It's not like they're expensive or anything. It's just a hassle to switch between them to find the song you like. With a phonograph, it's essentially just plug and play. It also scratches the itch to collect things, I guess.
The Express crew tread upon the trailblaze. We travel between worlds, like a thread weaved into the life stories of others. The universe is vast beyond our imagination. It's a miracle that our paths converge. The fact that we get to know and travel with each other can only be seen as the design of destiny. Thank you for becoming our companion. I'll do my best to answer any questions you may have. Sure. Oftentimes, those who are involved in historic events don't have the opportunity to see things from a wider perspective. I hope as an onlooker, I may provide some help. Klapoth the Preservation is known for their indifference. Unless you become a zealot like those with the corporation, it's hard to share in the Eon's power. Determined to preserve the world they loved, the architects held on for hundreds of years. But as the fragmentum continued to advance, their already wavering faith started to show some cracks. And one particular guardian, Cocolia, abandoned the path of preservation altogether. In contrast, you stood your ground and proved your faith in the Amber Lord. Judging by how the battle turned out, Klapoth responded to your wish. Their gaze infused you with the power to wield the weapon of a supreme guardian and to take control of the Colossus. Don't mention it. Welt and I may have stayed on the Express this whole time, but we've been watching over you from the moment you set foot on Eurilo 6. Friends look after each other. The same goes for us Nameless. Please remember, no matter where you are in the universe, the Express will always be behind you. Is a Stellaron, there's no doubt about that. What I've gathered so far suggests it's likely that the Supreme Guardian was corrupted by the Stellaron at a very young age. All the tragedies that came after can be traced to that point. On the flip side, we can't judge Cocolia too harshly. Imagine if it were you or me who had to sit on the throne and watch the city slowly being brought to its knees. Would we not question what we believed in? Sure, ask away. We've got... Welt may be better equipped to answer that. But if you want my 2 cents... I'd say it's unlikely. I guess it's possible, but it would take a long time. I can tell from your report that the new Supreme Guardian of Belobog is a smart young lady with leadership qualities. What's more important is that she now understands her people after the journey with you. The firm and honest support she gets from people around her will also prove immensely useful. But fate likes to play tricks on people. Even if during their lifetime they manage to make Urilo 6 prosper again to a certain degree, they will remain vulnerable and helpless to countless threats lurking in the recesses of the universe. We can only give them our best wishes from afar. It's virtually impossible to destroy a Stellaron. No one, not even Herda, has found a way to break its structure. The best we can do at this stage is to prevent its energy from overflowing. When the Supreme Guardian was defeated, the Stellaron that had been transmitting energy to her exposed its weakness to us for a brief period of time, allowing Welt and I to contain its power. That's about all we can do about a Stellaron. It may be suppressed for now, but it's only a matter of time before it regains power. But this brief window should allow the people on this planet to heal and rebuild. You're most welcome. Have some rest. You've earned it.
So, your first trailblazing expedition has concluded. How do you feel? Be it joy or pain, success or regret, it's all part of the journey. Those feelings will accompany you as long as you tread on the trailblaze, and one day you'll grow used to them. It seems you have something on your mind. Let's hear it. I'd like to hear a fresh perspective myself. As talkative as Himiko is, we've pretty much run out of topics. I'm afraid not. As I've mentioned before, the Stellaron's influence on Urilo 6 is more profound than we might think. I don't think Belobog's fight against the lingering effects of the Stellaron will end anytime soon. But the balance of power is tilting ever so slightly towards humanity, the crucial factor being the hope you brought about. As intangible as it may sound, don't underestimate hope, because the power it inspires has no limit. Like the Stellaron, it's a seed that may grow into something much bigger. But, in my opinion, the fruit that hope bears will have a much bigger impact than that of the Stellaron. Is that so? Well, I think you did the right thing. It's better to move forward with the burden of knowledge than to tread a perilous road with blind optimism. I remember a distant world where the people were faced with unimaginable danger every single day. But they saved their planet time after time with wisdom and courage. This goes to show how much of a difference ordinary people can make. I hope Urilo 6 sees that too. I too wish to go with you, but Himiko insisted on letting you and your friends rise to the challenge. I'd been observing what's happening on the ground from the Express, and I have to admit that I got sweaty palms a couple times. I was glad to see you three meet friends you could trust and overcome hardships. Well done. Himiko was calm from the very beginning. She kept telling me to trust you youngsters' decisions. And she was right. I really need to stop worrying so much. Likewise. Get some sleep. We'll be heading off again soon.
checking Star Rail stability. Pom-Pom needs to focus. Good to see you too. Spatial readout. Back to the normal bracket. Star Rail stability keeps rising. 56%, 57%. The numbers have stabilized. Dispatch the Express. Oh, welcome back to the Express. You've accomplished your Trailblaze mission. The Express appreciates your help. Thanks to you, the Space Fisher is healing up, and the Star Rail has become stable enough for us to dispatch the Express. As for the coaches, Pom-Pom's checked every nook and cranny and made sure everything's in good order. Don't worry about it. Eurillo 6 probably doesn't have anything worth buying anyway. Plus, it's your first time on a Trailblaze mission, so Pom-Pom will let it slide this time. But don't forget, next time. The destination will be announced at the navigation meeting. For now, get some rest and stay tuned. Oh, Pom-Pom almost forgot. There you go. Careful not to spill it. Thank you, conductor. Right away. To avoid encountering the anomalies again, the Express will dispatch shortly and head to a more stable area. For your safety, please don't leave your seat until the Express has reached cruising speed. You finally got some leisure time. Don't forget to grab some sleep when you're done wandering about.